Morning all. Wanted to jump on this morning and share a little insight with you all that has almost been a completely new realization for me over the last 2 days or so. And it's really linked to doing these videos, everything that I am promoting and trying to educate on. And the strange thing about that is, and I think there's a lesson in here somewhere as well. Sorry, I think I just heard Eva wake up and I can't quite work out whether it was a daddy or a mummy. Bear with me. Oh, Anna's going to go and see her. Okay, cool. So the strange thing is about doing these videos is that even though the primary reason for starting this project was to hopefully help people pick a few things up and improve their own lives, the more I talk about these concepts which I've learned and picked up and educated myself on over the years, the more I reinforce them in my own mind. So, for instance, prior to me doing the episode on how important daily exercise was, I'd really let that slip. I've got proper dodgy knees. I don't have any home equipment as far as gym work's concerned. And I'd really let it slip. And then after that episode, it reminded myself just how important it was. And I've started now doing a 45-minute walk first thing in the morning and really enjoying it, burning some calories, getting a bit of a sweat on. It's time to think. I've got my headphones in, my techno on, and away I go. And I have noticed whilst doing these videos that all these little hints and tips, I'm practicing them even more than I ever did before. And that's a really amazing byproduct for myself of doing these videos. And something I discovered a couple of days ago was this. I've had a really quite crappy week. This has probably been my worst lockdown week so far. I think we're week 7 or 8 now. And there's a number of reasons for that. Most of them, being honest, are external. My sister's dog, Ramsey, sadly passed away, which was quite a sad time for the family. My sister's really upset. My nephew's really upset. And that was a bit of a kick in the balls. Anna has heard the news about Virgin and BA, and she works at Gatwick Airport. So the reality of what is going on is a little bit closer to home, and there's all sorts of rumours flying around her workplace of potentially her losing her job. I've got everything else that, you know, is almost always there during this crazy, uncertain time, swirling around in my head. I'm wondering, you know, what my future, what our future, what everybody's future is going to look. And it was just all a bit crap. And last night, I came downstairs from my office and I was having one of those evenings where I'm sure some of you can relate. There was almost like a buzz in my head. I felt as though like my brain was just being attacked. I knew things were going on around me, like Eva asking me to play Lego or Anna asking me to come and give her a hand in the kitchen, but I wasn't present. It was like a static in my mind. There was so many thoughts and problems and issues whirling, and it's like a vicious cycle, as we've mentioned before. And I said to Anna, you know what, babe? I'm feeling pretty low at the minute. And then she acknowledged it and she gave me the space that I needed. And then it wasn't a Catherine Jenkins in the bath kind of problem on this particular day. And then I put Eva to bed I read a couple of books to her, and as we've spoken about before, that really calms my storm, and I really enjoyed doing that, and it got me away from the problems and the issues. And then I did 20 minutes meditation, and that really freshened me up. The problems were still there, but it really freshened me up. It allowed me to come downstairs, spend an hour and a half with Anna. You know, I wasn't my normal jokey, jovial self, but we had that time together. And then I said to Anna, I'm going to go and read my book. And I was finishing off a new book, which was very kind of motivational and almost spiritual. And there's a lot of hidden and interesting concepts in it. And I spent 15 minutes reading it. And I thought when I closed the book, the difference between what I did last night and what I would have done 2 years ago is unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. And the message this morning is this. These concepts, tips, tricks, hints are fantastic in your overall journey of life. But they also act as an amazing little toolkit, little artillery to call upon when you need them most. And if I compare that very almost deliberate use of these things, reading, meditation, almost admitting to my partner that I'm having a low moment and I need some space. Those things that I've picked up, that I've learned, that I've almost been able to utilize, compared to the old me, where I'd come home with that buzz in my head and I'd go into myself, I'd pretend nothing was wrong, I'd probably snap at Anna or Eva, I'd be a dick, as we spoke about in a recent episode. I'd then get myself a drink. A drink could probably turn into 10, and I'd go to bed feeling really, really shit. And it's just another incentive to start on this path, to constantly try and develop this skill set of picking up these little tips, hints and tricks, because once you get into them and you master them and you learn them, those days, those dark days, they're a little bit brighter. And it's the first time last night that I realised that this isn't just general life skills. These are skills that you can call on when you need them the most. So we'll catch up tomorrow, and I just really wanted to share that with you today. Take care.